Who are the Titans? In ancient Greek mythology, it is customary to distinguish three generations of gods. The first generation of gods are the progenitors, not having personification, the embodiment of such all-encompassing concepts as earth, night, love. The gods of the second generation are called Titans. To understand who a Titan is in the view of the ancient Greeks, one needs to understand that they are an intermediate link between the fully personified Olympians and the embodiment of truly global concepts. The closest assessment for the gods of the second generation would be the personification of elemental forces. The gods of the third generation, the Olympians, are the closest and most understandable to people interacting with them directly. The progenitors of the gods of the second generation were chaos, the state of the world when there was nothing except darkness. Chaos and darkness entered into marriage and gave birth to Gaia and Uranus. Gaia personified the earth, was the elder sister of Uranus, who personified the sky. Brother and sister entered into a marital union, and from it children appeared, 6 gods and 6 goddesses. It is they, together with Uranus and Gaia, who were the Titans, ancient Greek gods of the second generation. It should be said that there are many different interpretations of those distant mythological events. In this case, the version of Hesiod is presented an ancient Greek poet who lived in the 8th and 7th centuries BC. Researchers distinguish 12 elder Titans, 6 male and 6 female. The Titans, Cronus, leader of the Titans and god of time. Ocean, he represented the sea and was the eldest of the Titans. Crius, Titan of stars and heavenly constellations. Cus is the god embodying the non-local axis and, according to some assumptions, the progenitor of the Aryans. Hyperion, Titan of light and father of the sun god Helios. Titanide Themis, goddess of justice. Rhea, wife of Cronus and queen of the Titans, goddess of motherhood and fertility. Tethys, the female embodiment of the sea, wife of ocean, i.e., goddess of the moon. Mnemosyne, she represented memory in Greek mythology, was the mother of the muses. Phoebe, goddess of brightness and intellect, she was the mother of the goddess Leto. In addition to the main 12 Titans, Hesiod mentions that Uranus and Gaia gave birth to several more primordial beings. They were the Cyclopes, huge monsters with only a single eye. In addition to them, the Hecaton Shires appeared 100 hands and 50 heads and giants, who also were the personification of the elements. Gaia, the child of Uranus, got angry at her husband for imprisoning her children, the Titans and the other monsters in Tartarus. At the mother's persuasion to overthrow the father, only Cronus responded, the youngest and most cruel of the Titans. It is he who took the dominant position among the Titans. This was preceded by the vile and suspicious character of Uranus. Uranus feared that one of his children would destroy him and seize power, so he immediately sent the children who appeared into the bowels of the earth. Cronus was born last, and his mother Gaia suggested that he castrate his father. He took a sickle and deprived his father of the ability to produce offspring while he was sleeping. The weapon of the crime was thrown into the sea in the northern part of the Peloponnese. After that, all the Titans, ancient Greek gods, were released from the bowels of the earth, and the main one among them became Cronus, since it was to him that everyone owed their salvation. It is considered that it was under Cronus that the Golden Age came on earth. But this god, like his father, was distinguished by a vile character. Interestingly, after seizing power, Cronus again imprisoned the Hecaton Shires in the bowels of the earth. Cronus entered into marriage with his own sister Rhea, and the children she bore him he swallowed because he feared that one of them would take power from him. At first, Cronus swallowed the eldest daughter Hestia. The daughter suited the Titans' taste, and after that came the turn of Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. Then Rhea, the leader of the Titans and the young goddess, gave birth to Zeus. Rhea decided to hide the infant from his father and therefore went to Crete and gave birth to him in a deep underground cave. Cronus was given a stone, saying that it was the born baby. The husband swallowed the stone, but immediately realized that he had been deceived. He began to search for the newborn, but the search was hindered by the demons, curates, and the priests and companions of the goddess Rhea. When the infant Zeus cried, they created noise so that the bloodthirsty father could not hear the baby's cry. Years passed, Zeus grew up and started a 10-year war with his father. This is a whole series of battles, which in ancient Greek mythology is called the Titanomachi. On the side of the future inhabitants of Olympus, several valuable allies fought, including the one-eyed Cyclopes. The final stage of the war was the complete victory of Zeus. He castrated the defeated father and forced him to vomit up the swallowed children. After that, Cronus and those titans who supported him were cast down into a deep abyss in the underworld called Tartarus. Even the kingdom of the dead, Hades, was located above this gloomy dungeon, and so that the titans could not free themselves, guards were placed near them. These were the freed Hecaton Shires, 100 hands and 50 heads and giants. After a long and bloody war between the Titans and the Olympians, Zeus made Hera his wife and queen of all gods. Demeter became the goddess of fertility and fields. Poseidon received power over the sea. Hades became the god in the underground kingdom of the dead. These gods are called Olympian because Zeus organized his residence on Mount Olympus. As for those Titans and Titanides who did not resist Zeus, they were not touched and were left among the Celestials. Although the rule of Cronus is called the Golden Age in myths, a Titan in mythology is the personification of chaotic, merciless forces. And the transition to wise and human-like gods, the Olympians, is a completely logical consequence of the development and humanization of the culture of the ancient Greeks. And I think I'll end today's story here. Thank you for watching this video to the end. You will always be aware of fresh videos if you subscribe to the channel and click on the bell. The best way to support me is to like it. I express special gratitude to everyone who supports the channel financially. I will be glad to your feedback in the comments under this video. See you again on the channel Noise of the Earth. Bye.